everyone and welcome to another video. I'm the Autistic Autist and today I want to talk about stimming. So here are some of my stimming toys. Toys is kind of a word that comes with some bias and it's not really comfortable for me to use that word, but I know that it's generally used and it kind of is a toy, but I just don't want it to be connected with being a child-only thing. Like, I think that gives you the wrong input on what stimming actually is. So before we jump into the whole stimming thing and stimming toys that I own, let's talk in general about stimming. So why do we stim? Neurotypicals do stim too, but they don't do it that often and that visible and have an easier time turning it off. So you might see someone before a test with the typical clicking the... Oh, this one doesn't click that good, but clicking your pen and stuff like that. That's a typical one. Wiggling your toes or like your leg or kind of being a little jumpy on your seat. That's in generally what I noticed neurotypicals doing before tests or something like that. It's a way of calming yourself down, and I try to find a word what stimming is for me, or trying to word in general what that is to me. And I think it's a mixture of calming myself and, as it says, stimulating. You are trying to stimulate yourself. You are trying to create a sensory input that is controlled by you, so you are not surprised by it, that you can stop every time you want to and start every time you want to, where you can change the intensity, where you can make it feel good for yourself. And that all makes it very relaxing for me and gives me a sense of control. It's sometimes seen as a bad thing, and I think that's mostly because people think it's disturbing to them to watch. It's not normal for them to watch, and that's why it's seen as something that needs to be trained away. And I was often told to not do certain stims because it's looking weird to others or not seen as something you do. I heard it a lot as a kid. Yeah, that's not something you do. Please stop that. Typical things that I do that not include stimming toys are doing something with my hair, like flattening the hair with my fingers, so I'm pressing down and kind of moving up and down until every hair is looking in the same direction. This comes with pros and cons because it makes your hair kind of oily, but it's very relaxing and I love it. And it's also not really seen as something people like to see, but I don't really want to turn it off because it's so relaxing to me, and since I know what stimming is and why I do it, and that's just something that I do to deal with the world of neurotypicals, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, yeah, my hair gets oilier, but it's just something people can do, and it's, to me, like a personality trait or something. Like, please, guys, don't feel bad about stimming. If you're stimming, if you're neurotypical and stimming, like, just do it. If it makes you feel better, then do it. Other people scribble on their notebooks and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with showing a little bit of personality in the society, you know? So that was only one thing. I also like to play with my ear, and I can move it around and I can really stretch it because over the years I really softened the tissue there, and it's kind of a way to connect with my body too when I stim with my own body. And if you are feeling like you're dissociating and you are moving around your arm and getting that sensation, you kind of find a way to connect again with your body. That's another thing I do, especially when I wake up, to kind of feel my body again after sleeping. I wiggle with my toes and everything, I flap with my hands, and the general stuff that you can do with your body. Like, I also twist my arm when it gets really stressful. Which brings me to a point. There is stimming for certain situations. There's the stimming that the person does when she's happy and just overjoyed, like the happy flapping in general, like when you're happy and you're like this. Or the one I do, or the one people do when they are stressed. Like, I, for example, do this when I'm stressed, like usually down in my jacket so nobody notices it. I also stim with toys when I'm stressed, and there are for certain emotions certain stims a person usually does. But now moving on to the stimming choice. Number 1 is, there's no particular order, I'm just picking one and talking about this. It's this one that I can shape into specific shapes, and it's fun to do while I'm studying or watching something, because it's an easy thing, but it's relaxing to make certain shapes. And you can form it and stretch it and, everything fun. There's the infinity cube that you can twist, like you open it up, then you fold it, then you close it and open it up, and so on, and it makes some cool noises in my opinion. The next thing is this one. It has a marble inside, and you just can pull it in different directions, and my cat loves this one too, so me and my cat play with this the same amount basically. And I love to pull it like this, and then it gets smaller, or I can like do it like that, like so the marble can really roll around, and then I shake it and listen to the sound it does. I hope you were able to hear that. Then there is a thing that is generally just used by people, and I like to stim with it. There's, for example, this one where you can just open the clip and close it. And it's an easy thing to have in your pocket when you're going out, and just doing in your pocket without anyone noticing. When you are stressed by social situations like the train station and stuff, and the people running around and the noises, then it's an easy thing to do in your pocket to calm yourself down. Also sounds cool. The next thing is this kind of stretchy thing, and it's basically everything it does is being able to be stretched a lot, and thankfully it doesn't leave any residue, because that would make me feel uncomfortable. But this way I can just stretch it, wrap it around my hand, and do that while I'm like thinking about what I'm going to write when I write an essay or something for med school and stuff like that. Or when I'm drawing, in the other hand, I can just pull it and draw, and that's something for like my workplace basically. Then there is this thing, and unfortunately I don't know the name of the thing that it replaces, but it's like the foil you transport stuff in that has those bubbles that you can then pop. And that's not really environmentally friendly to buy stuff like that. So there's the silicone stuff that you can push in and can push back out. And it's also something I have at my workplace, or more of like when I'm watching TV in the evening and I just want to do something with my hands. Speaking of wanting to do something while watching TV or other things, there's this bracelet thingy that you can hang around your neck, and it's made for chewing on, because when I'm working in general or sitting in front of the TV or something like that, I get that sensation that I want to do something with my mouth. And then I just put that in my mouth and chew on it, and it's relaxing and also good for your mouth, I think. Like, it's Like it's good for those muscles there. And moving on, that's like also like the bubble wrap. Bubble wrap! It's also like a bubble wrap, but it's a little bit louder and more like for when you're going outside. But like you should go somewhere where nobody like is annoyed by the noise. Sounds cool, right? Now to one of my favorite things, because I just love magnets. So there's that magnetic thing that you can just pull on and knead, and you can make different shapes. Like I did circles and I did those hexagons and stacked them, and it's fun for like just getting your mind off of stuff and relaxing, like a little bit like meditating. And my current favorite is that I forgot the name of it. They all are like their names. I'm horrible with names. Keychain spinny thing, I would call it. Like you can twist it like that, and you can do that anywhere basically. And in your pocket while you're on the way, and it has those rubbery thingies, so it's not really moving around and you're not going to lose it that easily. I love this one. And then another one that is currently not at my home, so I can show it to you, is a spinner ring. So a ring that you can spin like a fidget spinner. So it has that inner part and then an outer part that is loose on top that you can spin. And it's so relaxing and also good for on the way. And there are some that are barely creating any noise. So those are perfect for when you're trying to incognito stim. Move it around because oh no. Hello? Thank you. This is kind of this one has a Kugel. Murmel. Then you can just pull it in different directions. And it's easy to have that in your box. Then there is this thing which kind of should be instead of those like pop foily things. Yeah, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you could understand what stimming is, at least to me. And yeah, then I hope we will see each other in my next video. Bye!